What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, where today I will be talking about budget rookie cards of 5 NBA superstars. So stay tuned for that, because first, finally, it is time for the free giveaway of the 15 packs of Panini NBA stickers. All you had to do was drop a comment on my Hall of Famers video. Yes, it really was just that simple to win yourself 15 packs or possibly win. We're going to go ahead, drop these names into the randomizer, and see if we can get ourselves a winner. So sit tight and we'll be back. All right, we made our way in here to the desktop. I'm going to go ahead and get this raffle, drawing, whatever you want to call it, over really quickly. The winner of 15 free NBA Panini sticker packs unopened. Going to go ahead and get our comments. Random winner. Who's it going to be? Let's see. And we have the Cathologist. The Cathologist is our winner. So make sure you DM me. Hit me up on Instagram, the Facebook page. Just get in contact with me. You are the winner of 15 packs of NBA stickers. Okay, guys, we are here and we are ready to get into this list. But first, just a quick heads up. Just because I say that these are budget cards, by no means do I necessarily mean that these are cheap. Some of them are cheaper than others. Unfortunately, with this list of players, being NBA superstars, it's going to be very hard to find a cheap card of these guys. But what I'm trying to do is bring your attention to some lower tier cards that I think right now are a good value. And, if you are on a budget, still might be affordable. Also, I put together a little bit of a diverse list and a little bit of a diversity. I got a Hall of Famer, a couple veterans, and a couple young players, up-and-coming superstars. So I'm going to go in chronological order. We're going to go ahead and get started with this card right here. 1992 Topps Shaq Daddy rookie card, Shaquille O'Neal. Gem Mint 10. Most of these cards I'm going to be talking about are going to be graded, not raw. Now with Shaq, this card, the first week of this month, was able to be bought, for $325. I picked this one up on May 2nd for $328, I believe. You would have seen that. That was also my mail day video. This card is already reaching recent sales between $400 and $500. So that's a big gap, anywhere between $400 and $500. However, I believe if you can find this card at a $415, $425, maybe there'll be a buyer out there with the best offer option. Still between $415 and $425, I believe this card is a bargain. It's an iconic card of an iconic player. However, if that is a little bit out of your budget, which I understand, that's not cheap. The 1992 Hoops, and you're going to hear me mention Hoops a lot in this video, but the 92 Hoops, now I don't have a Gem Mint 10, so I'm just going to show you a raw card, but the Gem Mint 10s can currently be bought anywhere between $100 and $110. So I believe this card in a PSA 10 in that $100 to $120, or any Shaquille O'Neal rookie cards, Skybox, Stadium Club, but I'm really going to highlight the Hoops. Between $100 and $125 on a PSA 10 on these cards, right now I believe it's just an absolute steal. So let's go ahead and get into the next player on the list, which, by no surprise, is going to be LeBron, King James. Now, the funny thing with LeBron is I believe his value is in PSA 9s. The PSA 10s have really been pushed up so high that I believe the 9s are the way to go when you're looking for value and you're looking for budget. I've noticed the trends on LeBron cards is that once the PSA 10 of a certain card gets priced out, the collectors or investors tend to go to the PSA 9 next rather than go to the next card, which kind of happens with other players. You'll see somebody go from, Prism to Optic to Select, and so forth. With LeBron, it seems to be, okay, it was the Topps Chrome PSA 10s and it was the Topps Chrome 9s. Then it was the tops that you see here, PSA 10s, then it was the top PSA 9s, which when I bought this on March 1st, it was a $500 card. It's now selling anywhere between, it was a $500 card, yes, and it was selling now anywhere between $800 and $900. So it does show you that there is value in investing in PSA 9 cards, because they will increase as the PSA 10s go up. They will drag the PSA 9s up with them. With that being said, if you are looking for a PSA 10 card, and I don't have any of these to show you, but the 2003 Upperdeck Exclusives rookie, which I'll put some pictures on the screen, those in a PSA 10 were selling at around $570, and they've already crept up to the $900 mark in less than a week. So people have caught on to that card. I believe that's the next hot card. If you can find one of those in a PSA 10 around $600, go ahead and grab it. However, because that PSA 10 is getting hot, I believe that is the next PSA 9 to go after. And you could, I would say anywhere between $300 and $350 on a PSA 9 of that card. Also the Flir Tradition, same thing applies with the Flir Tradition card, same prices as the UD Exclusives. However, I think that UD Exclusives card, with the price of the Upperdeck Star rookies, the Upperdeck cards are really getting hot. So next up is going to be everyone's favorite Greek Freak. Yes, Yanis, MVP Contender. So Yanis cards, you're not going to find a PSA 10 Yanis below $250. That's just the way that it is. He's looking for a second MVP. He's the next big thing in the league, according to many. I picked up the SP Authentic. I picked up 2 of these for $100 each, all the way back, well, it was a couple months ago anyway. I would say late February. They're now selling anywhere between $280 and $320. If you can find an SP Authentic Gem Mint 10 around the $250 mark, I would go ahead and buy it up. This card has gained a lot of popularity because the other cards have just gotten, the Prism has just gotten untouchable for, budget collectors. These cards have value because there is a lower market. You have kids, who want a nice PSA 10 Giannis rookie card for their birthday. Their parents are not going to go buy them a Prism. So there will always be a market for this type of card. And the values will increase with player performance and popularity. So also I believe the fact that the Greek flag is on this, a lot of the international collectors and stuff, I believe, like this card. I believe that's what was dragging this card up, even when the other ones kind of plateaued during the first week of COVID. Now, there is another option, and it's going to be the 2013 Flir Retro. I was able to get this still, again, back in the day for $90. This is probably his most affordable card right now in a PSA 10, going around the $250 mark. So if you like this card, you want a nice Giannis rookie, I mean, it is a Flir. Any Giannis card right now is going to be expensive, but I also believe it's going to be a decent buy because his cards have nowhere to go but up. I said I was going to talk about hoops, and the reason I'm going to talk about hoops is because this Giannis card that I purchased, where's my notes? I purchased this on February 23rd for $285. This card is easily, $600 plus now. So, reverting back to the Shaq and the hoops cards do hold value. This is no longer what I would consider a budget card because that $600 price point is just way too much to be a budget card. But it's just proof that you can buy these budget cards and hang on to them, and they will, bring you good gains and have good value, as time goes on. So let's go ahead and get into number 4 on the list, and I want to talk about his optics, Jason Tatum. However, I have about 12 optics getting graded right now, so all I have to show you guys is an optic fast break purple. His optics have pushed up to where you could buy the optics, you know, a month and a half ago for $80 in a Gem Mint 10. They're now selling for, you know, anywhere between $200 and $250. I do believe if you can get the optics around $225, they're still a good value at $225. But again, with Tatum, I want to talk about his 2017 Hoops and 2017 Revolutions. I believe the Revolutions is a great looking card. Not high print run like, you know, the Prisms and such. And they can, you know, the last 3 sales on eBay on PSA 10s have been between $80 and $100. You're not going to see as many listings because there's not as many in the pop report. But if you see the Revolutions between $80 and $100, buy it, you know, grab yourself one of those. Very good value, good budget card. Same with the Hoops, anywhere between $100 and $130. And they're both pretty good looking cards. You know, the Revolution has a good design, and the Hoops, just clean and classic. You know, Hoops has been around since 1990, so, you know, they do have a legit, you know, reputation. And last but not least, no, I didn't forget about you, Luka. We're going to talk about Luka Doncic. I always say his name wrong. It's just the way I say it. But anyway, I'm going to talk about his Revolutions and his Hoops, just like with Tatum. This Revolution I bought a couple months back, $125. It's already seeing sales between $265 and $320. This card at $300 is a great buy in my opinion. Fairly low budget, you know, for Luka anyway. You're not going to find many low, inexpensive Luka cards. This has a good look to it. You know, fairly low print runs on these. It, you know, when you compare it to, you know, Prism and Optic, the print runs on the Revolutions are pretty good. $300 all day long on this card. And the other option would be the Hoops in a PSA 10, which I don't have any of those, but the Hoops in the PSA 10 at $150, $160. I don't believe you can go wrong with that card. It's Luka. It's classic Hoops, $160. Not going to break the bank, and, you know, nowhere to go but up. So I believe there is a market for PSA 9s in some cases. You know, still Hall of Famers. And for these budget cards, there's always going to be buyers because not everybody can afford Prism. Not everybody can afford Optic, you know, and even the Selects. You know, you buy these budget cards, and a lot of times they can give you a bigger percent return than, say, what one of the higher end cards can do. You know, if you buy a Prism Yanis, say for $1,800 to $2,000, it might give you $2,500, you know, back. It's $500 profit, where, you know, you buy a Yanis SP like I did for $100, and now they're pushing 300. You know, you're almost tripling your money. So your percentage return is better. However, your lump sum isn't quite as much. But it's just another way to think about it, investing or collecting. You know, look for these budget cards. They are nice cards. Sometimes they tend to get overlooked, but in my opinion, they're still really good buys. So tell me what you think about this. You know, drop a like, give me a comment, subscribe, and tell me who you like out of these. Could you imagine if this was a team right here? You'd have LeBron and Luka, and you'd have Yanis and Tatum, small and power forward, and the big man in the middle. Could you imagine that team? Tell you what, drop your best 5 in the comments to compete against this team right here. And that about wraps it up. So until next time, good luck in your investing, and I'll see you later.